Well, hello everybody, and welcome to session two of 2025 on Beyond the Ordinary Show. And today we have the amazing Cinnamon Clark, and y'all prepared for some truth, prepared to be entertained, prepared to laugh, prepared to cry, prepared to just have things stirred up in the most amazing ways. And it's wonderful. I wanted to do a 2025 predictions week before we launch the official season, because there's certain people that I connect with, and I just feel them so tuned in into kind of like what's unfurling for us as new energies or old energies dissipate and new energies start to be birthed. And I know Cinnamon has her finger on the pulse and going through her own personal experiences as well. And so we're going to dive into, what's alive, what she sees coming in, how we're navigating what we're navigating, what's possible. And we're going to take a lot of Q&A also. So we're going to jump in and just totally have fun today. And with that, Cinnamon, welcome to today's call.
Hi. Hey y'all. I'm so glad to be here. I
It's,
mean, and we were talking before the show. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We were talking before we got started and saying that we've both been in sort of hermit mode.
oh yeah.
And it's so true. Like I have been like, don't talk to me, don't look at me, it's like no talking, no laughing. Like just leave me alone. I've been in this little bubble, and now I feel like I almost kind of want to come out again and talk to people again. But you know what? I don't want to talk to just anybody. I want to talk to y'all. Because I mean I love y'all. But I don't want to talk to people who are I don't know. People, just tap in because I don't know the words yet. I'm getting chills all over my body. They're going ding, 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 ding. So I want to talk to people who are open-minded. I want to talk to people who have gone through serious shit and have come out the other end not jaded. I
Mm,
want to talk to people who are ready to embrace new stuff. And I want to talk to people who are kind. Not because you have to be, but because it feels good to do so.
mm.
Like I feel like I'm still sort of come out of my cocoon and I'm on the branch and my wings are not dry yet and I'm not ready to fly yet. I'm kind of shaky, like I don't even know I don't know what the hell I'm doing, like that. So I don't know. I but I feel like we're about to get rolling. Like
Mm.
I don't know if you feel that too. It's like this wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And then in like spring it's gonna be poof, like a rush of newness. And I feel like for people who have really worked on themselves and looked inward and not just done the old standby cop out of, well, that's just the way that I am, so too bad. No, we don't get to
Mm.
do that anymore. We need to go, okay, what the hell? Why am I like this? Like, why am I like this? Why? But what can I do now that makes my life enjoyable for me?
Mm. I think that's a big one right now. It's really a focus on the alignment.
Yeah.
An alignment. And with that alignment, when we focus on that, we can discover what isn't in alignment and take action on that, but have a course that we're navigating instead of being in victim mode and
Oof.
being so wobbly in the energy, which has been a lot of the last decade, if you will. Um,
For sure, coming up, and this is what I was feeling last year was a time to grow up now feeling. Like everybody needs to grow up now. This is why the big four, which is patriarchy, organized religion, capitalism, and white supremacy. All of these things are crumbling right before our eyes because
mm,
all of those things keep us children. They go, no, no, don't trust what you feel to be true because that's not what I only know the truth. I'm the only one who can help you and I know all the answers. No, ain't nobody knows what's right for you but you.
mm,
And I could talk all that gum day, but it's still not, that's not the point. Only you know what's right for you. And that I feel like is scary for people because we've been indoctrinated to do what we're told. And to this is how you behave and this is what you do. And I feel like religion has been sort of thrust upon us, and spirituality, we're naturally spiritual. That's just this organic thing that bubbles up in us without a thought, and being fascinated by a waterfall or birds singing, or that's just naturally who we are. And so getting to that point, we're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be like a little kid again. And if I like waterfalls, maybe that's where I need to move to a dadgum waterfall. If that's what feels right to me, then that's what I'm gonna do. And if it pisses everybody off, well, okay then. Because you know what? They all gotta grow up too.
Yeah, it reminds me just to bring some levity about the growing up part. It reminds me like we've been little kids who didn't know how to drive, and our parents had to drive us everywhere. And the next level of maturity that we're going into is like we've been given the keys to the car.
Scary.
We get to like take ourselves wherever we want to go without our parents saying, "You've got to go in this direction because that's where I'm telling you to go." And there's a sense of freedom of choice and where do I want to go because it's inspiring me. And now that I have this sense of control over my own vehicle, where am I going to direct instead of being told always where I'm supposed to be?
Scary too, isn't it? Like, well, newfound freedom means newfound responsibility. Like, oh shit, well, I don't know how to handle that. And I swear, like, it was so many people last year, the sessions that I gave, it was, well, I don't know what I want.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know what makes me happy. I've never thought about it before. And so that was last year, what do you like? And everybody going, well, shit, I don't know. I've been hemorrhaging my energy to make everybody else feel good about
right.
themselves my entire life. So I've never even thought about me. So now this year is ooh, what do you want to do now? You got the keys. Oh Lord, you don't worry about wrecking the car. You probably won't. You just go off into a ditch or something. It's okay. We'll pull it out. We'll get a tow. But like, what do you want to do? And the guardrails are off, and now you're responsible. And this is what I want to say too. Like the whole manifestation thing is different now. Before it was this, well, I'm going to push and I'm going to, like Wayne Dyer says, and you'll believe it and then you'll see it. And Esther Hicks is like a power through and you have to sort of police your thoughts. And I think that's changed now.
I
I
agree.
think it's not, we don't just get to do that now. And truly, truly, if you don't get your central nervous system regulated and feeling safe, you can manifest all that gum day. You're not getting a freaking thing.
Hmm.
Because I think we're moving into, hey, hold on a minute. You're in a body. You may need to pay attention to the freaking thing. I don't know, call me crazy, throwing it out there, right? Like we forget that, oh shit, I'm like responsible for this little animal here and I've got to take care of it. And so getting it to feel good. Ooh, because if you can get your mind and your body and then your real self, your true self, all going in the same direction, well, shit, now you're on to something. Now you can get what you need and what you want. But we can't lie to ourselves anymore. Maybe that's what it is. And we can't hustle anymore. That's not going to do anybody any good. You don't hustle, you get in alignment. And it may be something completely different than what you thought it was going to be too, and be open to that. Because it may be, you know what, I don't like this anymore. I hate it here. Holy shit. I think I need to get a divorce and quit my job and, I don't know, move to frickin' Schenectady. I don't know. Like what works for you, right? I don't know. But I feel like getting in tune with that is the secret.
Hmm.
I mean,
I I feel that I've been witnessing a lot in a lot of people, and I've certainly been going through the experience in the last few weeks, very specifically, where there's a lot of inward attention, not a lot of output. And I believe that that's part of the calibration and the defrag that we're going through, where we're releasing the things that we've been holding in our bodies and our minds. And it's like that quiet time, the stillness, the not knowing, but having faith in the knowing that's behind that is really emerging in something bigger, more in alignment with the emotions that we want to experience rather than the thing we want to
oh,
experience.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole like have faith. I have not had a lot of that. It's been a lot of tears and a lot of anger. I've had just been like with smoke coming out my ears. Universe, you can like I've been so mad. It's been horrible. normal. And then you think, oh, it's psychic and she's all put together. Shit, no. Like it's really hard, right? Like, because it's just, well, the whole world's a diaper fire. I mean,
Mm,
truly. But that's the part that makes change. Like
right.
it's like it's the lava that creates the island.
That's the
It's
defragmentation that I feel that's happening.
yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah.
releasing from our systems and we're giving space for a consciousness to present itself. I wouldn't even say grow because I think it's been growing,
I
but
agree.
we're finally
Uncovering.
giving it the space. Exactly.
Uncovering. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've been full of all this other stuff, and
Mhm.
we've got to do this, that, and the other, and meditate this way, and think this way, and now it's like, well, training wheels are off, doll baby. You don't got to do a that gum thing. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Now what? Like, oh shit, I don't know. So now we're kind of on our own, which is fascinating.
Is there a theme for 2025 that you feel? And I know it's difficult
Ooh,
to point one out, but I'm curious if you tune in, if
let
there's
me
like,
ask. You know what? Integrity.
hmm,
Ooh, that's a big
so
deal because that goes with manif. Oh, and I have chills all over my body for
of that.
physical confirmation for that. Because this is what happened to me last year, like it was last month, but last year,
6 days ago.
this happened to me. It was like 3 weeks ago. When I had like a freak out and I was so pissed off, and it was a wait, wait, wait. Whew, I'm so scattered. I need to take a breath and screw it. Like, I'm just going to say, screw it. I'm going to get integrity in me. I'm not living where I really want to live. I'm not like, I still don't know anybody in this town where I moved to. Like I'm not, and that's okay. It wasn't this forcing myself to be, well, and I'm working on this and I'm powering through and, and I'm going to do this. No, I just
Mm,
got really, really real and it was radical acceptance. And I said, screw it. I'm just going to be happy in my weird little ancient cabin that's over 100 years old and cold in the winter and hot in the summer. I don't care. I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I can, and that's integrity in me, like admitting the truth. Just
mhm.
don't sugarcoat shit anymore. Admit the truth, and then it's free. You're free. Like, okay, cool, now what? Like, I'm gonna be comfy where I am, and I'm not going to fight myself anymore. And if I am integrity, let me ask it because here's what I'm really feeling is if I am in integrity with myself, the roller coaster of the world, which we're going to be, it's more of it coming, but the roller coaster of the world will be all right. Because I feel like I don't know about all y'all out there, but I'm an animal person and an old horse girl, right? So in my head, I feel like a Lipizzan or stallion when they get back on their haunches and they're ready. Like you can just sink down into you and trust that, and you don't even have to trust anything outside of you. You can trust that you've got this. You can do this. You are capable. You are competent. Like just and sit back in your, well, I hear the word divinity. Sit back in
Mhm.
your divinity. And I don't say that word much because I'm from Mississippi and I always think of the candy divinity, which was my favorite when I was little. Oh my word. It ain't nothing but sugar. No wonder I loved it. But and they're saying that's the same thing. They're showing me the candy. It's like it sit back in your perfection and your yumminess and your deliciousness and sort of let it unfold around you. Yes, be human and do what you need to do. And make human decisions, but you don't gotta freak out. Because I
Mhm.
think that's what you were saying, like the emotions. Like you don't have to freak out with the emotions. You can be the observer, like Eckhart Tolle says, be the observer, and you don't have to be all up in the swirl.
Mhm.
You
I
know?
think part of the maturity that's coming through also in reference to this integrity is that those places that where we're looking trust outside of us. I don't know if I can trust that or the government or the medical system or the whatever or that person or that relationship or men or women, whatever it is.
Yep.
Those are mirrors for the integrity that's building. Wait, when can I learn to trust me?
Yes.
Right?
That's it. And that's been hard. Lesson one for
Mm.
me. I still don't have it, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. But
That's all
I
we
mean,
that's all any of us can do
yeah.
is get
And
better at it.
and being cool with that too.
Yeah.
Like being in the integrity. Oh, like wow, okay, cool. I grew up in Mississippi in the 70s, so shit, I was taught if you ain't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, and don't be ugly, you be sweet, and all this mess. And so I've had to unpack all that crap, all these years, and no, and then realize like, hey, hold on, no, I'm pretty smart. There's
Mhm.
tons of people smarter than me, but I'm still pretty smart. Tons of people, better at this than I am, but I'm still pretty good. Tons of people, always younger and prettier and better, but I'm still all right. It's been that kind of accepting, like, you know what, I'm okay, and
Mhm.
I screw up a lot, and that's the point of it all. So
Right.
hold on a minute, maybe I really am okay, and just embracing all the flaws and the messiness of it. And that's been the last year was not fun. I'm like, mic drop on New Year's, like, thank God, holy crap. I'm ready to move on and have some openness because I was really stuck. I think a
Mhm.
lot of people were last year. It's probably not just me, but like in this limbo last year with the, efforting with no receiving, um, spinning
Yeah.
wheels and not having a change.
Well, and it's an adjustment in integrity also because again, a lot of us in our communities were so used to giving and not open to receiving. Yet
Oh,
we
I don't
ask,
know
but
anything
we
about
only
that.
spend, right?
Yeah.
And so
You
we
don't
say
know me. Oh God. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
we say we want to receive, and yes, there's a beautiful intention with it. But I believe last year took us to a place that we had to stop sipping from the well and really start drinking of what's being made available because it's part of the maturity that's taking place. It's part of the raising and consciousness of how we're creating our lives in integrity. And the ripple effect of that is profound.
Yes. Well, yeah, for sure. I had no idea how to receive. I just, bottom line, I had no idea. I mean, I literally was indoctrinated into I am a battery for others.
Yeah.
I am here to make others feel better about themselves. I have no value. And
Mhm.
so that was a hard lesson one, past 2 years. And so my friend Christy was the one who forced me to receive. She's like, no, I just want to help you. I'm like, I don't, no, I just shut up and let me. I'm like, okay. And so now that sort of opened the door, and so I'm not pushing it away anymore. I'm going, okay, well, maybe I do deserve some good stuff. I
Mhm.
don't know. Maybe I do deserve to not live paycheck to paycheck, and maybe I do deserve to go out to dinner once in a while. And I never did any of those things. So it's been a harsh learning curve for me for sure. This receiving thing, you
Well,
know.
as part of our evolution also in our growth, we can only give from what we have received.
That's
And
why I
so,
got burnout. I reached
yeah.
burnout. I couldn't give anymore. I was like flat.
And if we want to give more, if we want to spread more love, if we want to be even more influential in the most positive ways for the people that we love, we have to be receptive to receiving more.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that.
Yes. Can't give if you don't got nothing. Which and
And
that was me. I just was
yeah,
leveled. Well, and that's what I did in 2000, 4. I just broke up. I mean, 2000, I broke up with my entire life, which was terrifying. And I moved and left everything behind in my business, and that I started in 1999, for goodness sakes. And I just walked away from all of my friends, everything. I moved out of Los Angeles, and I started a brand new life for myself in the forest. Like,
amazing.
legitimately, it's terrifying.
25-year cycle. Here we go. What's new?
Yes, for
Right?
sure. Yeah, but when you're in it, like, I don't know no better. When I'm in it, I'm like doing the ugly cry. Oh, I don't know. And then when I look back, I go, oh, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. But in the moment, I have no clarity, right? But I always feel it's courage before clarity. Really, it's courage before clarity. If you're in this muddy waters, do something courageous for yourself. Tell that person no. No, I don't want to make 9,000 Christmas cookies for the freaking PTA. No, I don't want to do it. Say no to something that you don't want to do and say yes to something you do want. Whoa, that's scary. Allowing in the good stuff is scary, isn't it? Like saying yes to stuff you love, and take that class or go on that vacation to that crazy place you'd never thought you'd go to Uzbekistan or like wherever you want to be, and be courageous, and that opens up the floodgates for all the new stuff that
Mm.
wants to come in.
So I'm curious. Well, first I'm going to start taking Q&A in a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah,
if you
yeah.
ask your questions, raise your hands. We're going to get into some live questions because I have a feeling y'all are going to bring in some really relevant information for like preparing us for this
Ooh.
field that we've been
Ooh, I'm gonna do that. Ooh,
staging.
okay.
Well, yeah, yeah, and your guides. But I want to
Yeah, they
ask
will.
before we get into that also is what's been your experience of the veil getting thinner, our communication with spirit and our capacity to receive, interpret, and to create from the alchemy that's happening?
Yeah, people I think are kind of going, "Oh God, what do I do?" Because I hate the word download, but I think people are getting downloads and they don't really know what to do with the info, and and I feel like too people are going, "Well, it has to be specific." And I think that ties in with everything that we've said about manifestation. If we can just let it go, because I always say it's like a restaurant. You go into the restaurant and the whole vibe is so nice and the mood lighting is beautiful and you hear people giggling and laughing and voices murmuring and glasses clinking and like a fork set on a plate, and it just is so nice, and the menu is beautiful and it smells good. The food tastes divine. And then the week after, when you're looking back at that experience, you don't go, "Well, you know what? It was that guy who set the fork on the plate. That was him. That's what made it." And this is what people say to me. "I want the clairvoyance, but I have to have the clairvoyance, but I have to have the clair." And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many other things that are happening. You're already clear alien. You said you smelled cigarette smoke in the room and nobody was in there. You're already clear audient. You heard your name at 3 o'clock in the morning and you were wide awake when you heard that. Like you're clear sentient. You feel somebody's emotions before they even open their mouth to speak. You've got all of these things going on. It doesn't have to be specific. And they all smooch in together too. Even our little human, our little mammal body, if and this is, look, I'm an old vet tech, right? For forever I was that. And so if a cat can't smell, they won't eat because it's all smudged in together. So you have to give them some medication to make them eat, but it's the same goes for all of our psychic senses. So lighten up on yourself. Keep a coincidence journal of all the little fancy things. Like, there's that penny again. Isn't that something? I have found pennies 3 days in a row. Write each one down. It was a time, this is a date, and here's what I swear to God, it was my father. I just know it was him. Write it
Mm.
down. When you have page after page after page of that, your mind has to get on board. It has no other choice. Because your mind is like, well, shit, there you go. I mean, I can't disprove it because, doesn't your ego want to go, well, that's just coincidence. You think you're psychic, but you're not. Pro tip, we're all freaking psychic.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Like, news freaking flash. Because all the non-human animals are naturally, organically clairsentient. They don't think about it. It's not an issue. They move through their world knowing it to be true. When you
Mm.
know it to be true, it is. So if you can reparent your mind and your body and go, "I've got you." I know it's kind of creepy to hear your name screamed out in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and you don't live with anybody. Holy wow. Because look, I get freaked out too. I'm like, oh man, that ain't cool. Like, y'all need to knock that crap off at midnight. But when you freaking go easy on yourself, I mean,
Mhm.
maybe that's the second thing. It's integrity and freaking be nice to yourself. There's your homework. Freaking be nice to yourself. As I'm like, I don't mean to be flipping you off, but I kind of am. I apologize. But it's like, be nice to yourself. Freaking go easy. Go
Mhm.
easy on yourself because holy shit, look at all you've lived through. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, it's a big deal. And you're still here to tell the tale? Oh my God. Anyway, I need to stop. Yeah, because do we have questions, right?
We definitely have questions come in.
Yay.
But I think an important point to bring up also is that we're having a new relationship in how we're alchemizing different emotions, including doubt. And as doubt
Ooh.
comes in and we start tuning into what we know is true. Our body is informing us, our mind's informing us. We're educating ourselves through embodied experiences about what's true. So the melting of doubt or even being present as doubt arises and just giving it awareness so that it can melt. Not judge
That
it,
makes sense.
not destroy ourselves. Again, being nice to ourselves, not
Yeah.
not doing what, what Cinnamon was doing. Um,
Flipping everybody off. Well,
flipping,
or
sticking
being
it to
mean to
us.
myself, or
Yeah.
both. Like all of the above. I choose D. It's all of the above. But I do. I feel like it's a when you're nice to yourself, that's when it flows.
Right.
When you forgive yourself and go, oh yeah, yeah, but that's the point of me. The point of me is to fuck up. That's the point of me. I'm supposed to make all these frick. That's the point of being here. That's
Hmm.
the point of it's supposed to be messy and big and sloppy and weird and strange and the doubt is important, like the anger is important, like the joy is important, the depression is important. Now
Hmm.
we're realizing that all of these emotions are just directly tied to your body going, hey dumbass, I'm trying to freaking tell you something, would you listen? Right?
Hmm.
Like, oh my God, go read When the Body Says No by Gabor Mate. It's fascinating, right? So if we don't say no, our body will. So
Hmm.
being nice to it. And I think now there is going to be, this is really ringing true, a discovery. Ooh, yeah, this feels right. A discovery for millions of us in how much the body really does know,
Hmm.
because our body tells us everything and
Oh
we're
yeah.
so freaking mean to it. Think about that for a minute. You're so freaking mean to it and you're just like, just do your thing. I've got shit to do. Like, I don't want to fiddle with you. Like, I got shit to do. No, 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 no. That's like the opposite of what we need, um, with dogs, they have this, there's a name for it even, but when they're joyful, they get on their back and go, right? That's what they do. And they squidge and squiggle back and forth. Dogs are kind of hard, so they don't.
Exactly. Exactly how you're doing it.
Yes, that's what they do. Again, animal behaviorists. Sorry, it is what it is. But they do this because they have so much joy in their heart that that's how it comes out of them.
Hmm.
So what can okay? Here's more homework. What can you do that feels like like that's your homework.
That's
What makes you
that's good
feel
homework.
like that?
Nice.
And please do more of that because that's the secret is when you're doing what you love to do, your energy shines out of you like a beacon. And then people who are supposed to be people, places, and things who are supposed to be in your world can find you.
Hmm.
And if you're camouflaged and stuck into this, the holy trinity of regret, coulda, shoulda, woulda. If you're stuck in that, nobody can find you. You're camouflaged. They don't know who you are. They can't see you.
Hmm.
So, so well, be like a dog.
Be like a dog.
Be like a dog.
Here you
And
go.
I'm like a
Well,
dog. I think that's what makes me good at what I do because every 15 minutes is a new day for me. I'm like, ta-da! Because I have short-term memory, but also I have short-term memory loss. But
hmm.
also I have it's like I'm like Dory, basically, from Finding Nemo. It's at any rate, so yes, questions. I'm
We'll
going
get
off on a tangent.
you did going off on a tangent.
I know.
It was very entertaining, and what I got from that is be like a dog.
Yes. And kind to yourself. Because if dogs
Yeah.
make a mistake, they just go, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
Next.
moving on. Yep.
Amazing. All right, let's go to Q&A.
Okay.
Y'all, we're gonna go to Q&A and we're gonna do rapid fire. They're not gonna be 10-minute processings. I'm gonna ask y'all to keep your questions to one, maybe two, so that we can honor everybody with their hand raised. Because I know a lot of y'all like to go, and can I ask this one more thing? But this other thing that came up, but this is I know,
I'm super guilty
I
though.
get
I'm
it.
like,
I get it. I get it. I get it. But again, I want to try to take as many questions as possible. So I'm just prepping the field.
okay, y'all, we all got to work together. We got to go quick.
We'll work together and I'll
Yeah.
referee a little bit in a nice way. But the special offer is a session with Cinnamon. So you really want to go in. There's 30 minutes with her. It's amazing what she's brought through. It's part of the special predictions week for 2025 that we brought in the readings to give us that little jump start into the year as we go into private sessions, really just navigating the energies together and leveling each other up, and then what wants to be shared from spirit and from higher self. And maybe your dog self also. Or are you gonna
Oh.
say something?
Well, and I mean, y'all know I do all the things, right? So I
Oh,
could talk to your dog, living or deceased, or dead loved ones, or whatever. Whatever comes through, comes through. I never know what's gonna happen. It could be past life stuff. Could be. I mean, it's like a crapshoot. So,
we're
so I
we're we're
never know.
we're about to get in it.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and start. Deb, let's start with you. Welcome to the call. Can I get you to unmute
Right.
your microphone?
Oh,
Y'all find your mute buttons on your computer or unmute buttons. And let's see, Deb.
oh, you're still muted.
You're still muted. Okay.
Um, I think you. How does she unmute?
Go down to the bottom left-hand corner on your computer and should be an unmute button. It's not working. Try to
Oh
work it
no.
out and we'll come back to you. Or if you want to type a question into the chat box, we can take it in that way as well. But I wanted to hear you. But let's move on. We'll come back to
We're,
you.
we're, we're coming back, Deb. No
Yes.
worries.
Yes.
Go
Uh,
fight with that computer and win, damn it.
Vida, let's go with you. Welcome.
Hello, good evening or
Good
good
to see you.
afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I just want to say
Hi.
hi to my cat. Sorry,
Oh
he's
my God,
always
beautiful. Yes.
he's always with me, John, when I'm watching, what I'm connecting with you guys.
He's
So my
soul animal for you.
question, so my big question is, so yesterday I decided to contact my real estate to sell my house where I lived for 13 years. So now my big question is,
Ooh.
um,
That feels good. That feels scary and
yeah.
good.
It was supposed. I kind of thought about it last year, so I kind of like back off. But this year, it's like okay, this is the year. So my big question is like, I can you please uh, guide me where like
Where are you going next?
yes,
Hmm.
and like the building because I'm worried. I'm thinking about my cat. He loves to go outside, so I'm kind of like wondering like, is it a big building that's gonna
I
be?
don't, you haven't seen it yet, and I feel like it's going to be better than you even thought.
Oh,
And
okay.
and I feel like it's going to look different than you thought as well. So please look at things that are not that you would not have thought about. Because
Okay.
I feel like there's some gorgeous outdoor. It's like a mini jungle, and it's cat safe. And it,
Okay.
well, it's a mini jungle. That's what your cat thinks of it, right? So they have a different view of like Chihuahua would say, it's a mountain. No, sweetie, it's not a mountain. It's like a beep beep. But your cat thinks it's a jungle. And so it's lush and beautiful, and it's not as fancy as you thought you wanted, but I say do it anyway because it's the little place is suited perfectly for you.
Okay.
Hmm.
You'll feel it, you'll know. You'll walk into that house and go, oh, oof, and it'll feel really good. And there's something about all of your friends being able to gather there. Do you cook for all of your friends?
I love cooking, but I have not received anybody in a really long time. But I started cooking. So I actually went out to like because I have ideas to like, oh, I want to make this, I want to make this, I want to make this
Yes.
today. So I'm like,
I see like a big table outside and lights and candles and things, and everybody gets to sit outside and everybody like brings a dish. And so this is going to be a moving into a brand new world for you. We'll talk about growing up, like you're leaving that childhood behind. Oh my God, this is your life is what we've literally been talking about, and moving into having all of these people who really love you for you. And I have chills all over my body for confirmation for that, because they just love you for you,
thank
not for
you.
what you can do for them, but they just adore you, because it's not what you bring or what you do or what you it's just you. You know,
Oh, thank
it's
you.
just the energy of you. And that cat will be very happy. That cat's
Yes,
going to be pissed off for the first couple weeks, but that's all right.
That's right.
The-
yes,
yeah.
All right, Vida,
Oh, I'm
blessings to
excited for
you.
you.
Yeah, happy 2025. Thanks for coming on.
Yay!
Okay, let's continue. Susan, welcome to the call.
Oh wait, where are you?
I guess that's me.
Oh, there.
You,
Hi.
yeah.
Hi. What a sweet and playful session. And thank you for your authenticity. Everything you said, I really related to, especially the inability to receive and all the
Oh.
stuff you were saying. Oh my
What
God.
a pain in the chakra. I tell you. Oh my God. Yeah,
So
it's ridiculous.
I have so many questions, but I thought I'd just ask what guidance you have in terms of next, I have a feeling that there's big changes ahead for me work-wise and other things.
Ooh,
And
yes, within 3 months. And you're already prepared for that though, yes? You already know it's coming. Is that
I
it's
don't know
shifting?
exactly what's coming. I
Okay.
have a position right now that's pretty wonderful in certain ways, but it's also, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm stressed out about fundraising.
But
And
don't you do the consulting thing?
I've done that before. Yes, that was
Because
what
that feels fun. Because then you work with a bunch of different people.
I know, I love
And
that.
then they pay you a lot of money.
That's what I like. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of money is always good. But I feel like there is an older woman who can kick that off. It's like a kickstart, and she kickstarts that for you, because she knows. And so you do you is it wealthy people and you find where their money goes? What is that? Like it's you consulting, but like I don't know the word for it. But at any rate, it's
Philanthropy?
and what? Yeah.
Helping them with
Yes.
philanthropy?
Yeah. It feels like something like that. Like a you help direct the money to where it needs to be.
Oh, well, that is what I'd love to do. That's a interesting thing. I don't know who that woman is, but I'm looking for.
Ooh, where the hell is she? She's like she's late. Come on, lady. We got things to do. But I feel like in 3 months you're gonna meet somebody who maybe knows her, and it's gonna be this flippant sort of, oh yeah, no, but my friend does blah blah blah. I'll introduce you. You're like, oh my God, okay, holy shit. And be cool, like be cool. Be cool, like be cool. Don't go, oh my God, yeah, just be cool. And then it's because it feels like that's where you're supposed to be.
Oh, that's
with,
interesting.
with wealthy people, I don't
Who
feel
don't
like
know how to use their money.
Yes. And
That's
you
right.
don't fit with them. You don't fit with them because a lot of them are God, dare I say, shallow. And so they're not your friends, but they're your clients. Some of them can be your friends, but
Sure.
you know, you need people who are a little more grounded who get you. But I feel like that is 3 months and you'll meet somebody who can introduce you, and then it's because I feel like fall over the summer it's gearing up, and then over the fall it's great. And then you may just want to release your other job because you could do both at the same time. I feel like they showed me an overlap.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Thank
that's
you.
exciting.
It is exciting. Thanks so much.
Introduce me to the rich lady. Come on.
Absolutely.
Susan, you're holding out on us. Come on now.
I'm willing to share the abundance with all of you.
Woohoo! Abundance for everybody.
That's- Well, Cinnamon, something that came in really strongly, Suzanne. I want to share it. It's like
Ooh, yeah.
there's an energy of play also, and that is going to help you be in resonance with the type of people and the work that you're attracting. So a lot of times we want to create, but we're begrudgingly creating because it's not here and it's resistant. Why isn't it showing up? And rah rah rah.
Breezy.
Yes, right. But
Yeah.
really, that the levity of I'll say it's beyond hope. It's knowing that it's coming and you're already giddy that it's like it's already here, even though
Yeah.
it's not. And carrying like an expectation of that it's like a magnet for what it is that you're ready to receive.
You're so right, John. I mean, I know the truth of what you're saying, and yet it's been I've been through so much stuff over the
Yeah.
past bunch of years,
Yeah.
and I just have forgot. I mean, I'm really playful by nature. That's why I respond so
Yeah.
honestly. But I've also been so smashed in a way.
Yeah,
and I've
beat
forgotten
down,
how to
man.
play. I've forgotten how to
And
play.
and I feel like it's not like, because I keep hearing in my head, growing up, it's never again like Christmas morning when you're 4.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
never again like that. Let's not expect that. That's not the way that it's going to be. That's a lot of pressure. Like Christmas morning, it's gonna have to be perfect. I'm like, holy shnikes, let's back off. Get your claws out of it. Oh man. And so it's always, as a grown-up, it's always going to be a little bittersweet because
Yeah.
that's just what this planet is. And so being in integrity with that, like, okay, I'm going to have to
Thank
give up this job that I really did like, but I really feel this is what I'm supposed to do. So it's not this big ta-da, jazz hands kind of moment, like a light switch. Now your life is fabulous. No, it's like an easing into the water, and it'll be a little bittersweet, but the goodness sort of bubbles up, doesn't it? You know, like John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. It just sort of bubbles up, and you sit and you're kind of looking around, going, "Wait a minute, I think I'm happy. What the hell? Oh my God!" It's like one of those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll just be going go go go, and then the happiness will just kind of hit you, and you'll be like, I think I've been happy.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's a solid foundation, is what it is.
Yeah,
Rather
not built on
ping.
sand.
Rather than the ping, right? It's
Yes.
solid. It's solid, which is amazing. Susan,
Oh, Susan,
congratulations in
so
advance.
Thank
Yes,
you.
blessings too. Deb, I see that you're unmuted. Welcome back.
Deb,
Well, hello. Did it work this time? You can hear me now?
yes.
Hi. Okay, I'll be very quick because I had a wonderful reading with you a year ago. You were so on point. I've cleared the thing in my throat that I thought was physical. It was emotional. Done a lot
wow.
of self-development and so on. And you told me I needed to work it out for myself, which I really appreciate because I can see the multi-layers of things that were going on there. But now I'm 3 weeks away from a reconciliation and a move to a new property with my husband of 24 years after a year apart. And I'm
That feels
wondering,
good.
oh, good. Thank you. I
That
think
feels
we've
really
really-
good. I think you scared the bejesus out of him.
Right. I think,
You
yeah.
scared him, and he's like, "Oh man!" And now the song is in my head. That '90s song, "I nearly lost you," like I nearly lost you, like that. Like
Wow,
so, it's
sweet.
yeah. You
Yeah.
scared him.
Well, good, because whatever needed to happen happened, and it's fabulous. What I suppose wanted clarity on is I feel a really strong calling. I think it was about my voice and using it in a capacity that I'm not used to because I'm like you, tending the other people and shy in myself. But I feel like this property it happened. We bought it in 3 days. I mean, it all fell together so very easily.
Wow.
And I know that it's just. I just want to. Is it okay for me to peek into what that calling is?
Yeah,
Is there
please
something I need to look
sing.
out for?
Yeah, please sing. Sing. Walk around your
Sing.
house and sing. Make it up.
Sing.
It doesn't have to mean a thing. Just make it up. Just
Yep.
sing. And I
Yes.
hear you. Oh.
Yes.
And
Right.
sound healing for
Sound.
others. And you're well, and it's funny, because it's like okay, hold on. It's like your voice is it has your voice is alive. It has its own wants, needs, and desires, and it wants to heal others. You're really not obligated to do a dadgum thing that I say, but wouldn't it be nice if, right?
Yeah.
You could allow that to move through you because it's like, how bizarre is this? It feels like a portal almost, and so this energy flows through. Whoa, I have chills for that, and
Me too.
so you heal other people, and you don't even have to sort of frickin' be there like you do because it's your voice, but you could just kind of sit back and let it happen, you know?
That's how I
And-
feel, like a conduit. Like when I'm
Yes.
painting, it's the same thing as painting. But I'll
Perfect.
be using my voice, which I probably need to get over some inhibition.
Yeah, because if we only knew how little people gave a shit.
Right. And I
they
know,
don't-
right. And
and
it's
then-
vibrational. I know it's vibrational.
Yes.
It's not personal about my voice, but I haven't learnt that tool, if that makes sense. I
Yes.
feel like, yeah. So is there like some kind of time frame or something that I should look out for? Because I know I'll be distracted.
Let's
with the
let's
move.
answer the time frame and then we'll move on to another caller.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So,
Sure.
well, it's going to be like summer. Y'all got to get settled in first. And I feel like you do it with somebody else first, the sound healing. Either you go and take a class with somebody or somebody else is teaching, or it's like that. So you could, again, ease in the water and be nice to yourself. And you can start slow. It's not like you're going to be like 500 people. Ah! You know, like, oh my God, that's a bit much. So it'll
Right.
be an ease into that. So it's not so scary. Because your
Okay.
body has to be on board, you know, because if your body's
Yes.
not safe, then you can't do all the things.
Right.
So
No,
so
thank you.
tend to your
Yeah.
lovely body and really love it, and then it'll all just sort of play out the way it's supposed to. Oh, how exciting!
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank
Yay!
you both for bearing with me in technical challenges.
No, it's
Oh,
Okay.
no
wonderful to
worries.
have you on here, Deb. I
Oh,
think
thank
it's
you,
also
John. Thank you.
I think it's also important for all of us as we're opening up our channels of receptivity. It's like, what are we receiving now? Because we get so far ahead, but I'm supposed to be doing that other thing. It's like, if you're opening up your heart to love right now, and that's really like raw and coming in a new way, be present with that because the gift that that is allowing for this other thing that is unfurling as well is only going to strengthen that foundation and provide a more expansive offering to you because you're more available for what's coming in.
Thank
So
you.
he says it fancy. How I say it is life is like connect the dots.
There
We
you
don't
go.
know the whole dadgum picture, y'all. We never do till we're dead and gone. And then we go, oh shit, okay, that makes sense. Okay, got it. But when you're in it, you're just like trying to get to 14 to 15 to 16 to 7. I think it's a donkey, I'm not sure, to 17 to 18 to 9. You don't know. So can you enjoy doing the connect the dots?
Yeah.
I love
Instead
the
of like
dots. Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
out over the big picture. I've got to know if it's a donkey right now. Like, no, you
Yeah.
don't. Holy crap. Maybe
But
it's a kitten.
savor.
We
But
don't know.
savor the connect the dot moment. Savor what's
Yeah.
coming, what's come. Let it fill you up.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
think
you.
that that's what's helped to me recently with my freak out last year, you know, with like a screw you universe and being all pissed off, was that no, I'm gonna sit on number 13 and I'm just gonna freaking sit here. And I'm gonna buy these dinky little curtains from the kitchen in my ancient little cottage because they're pretty, these curtains, and I'm gonna leave them here because what I did was I bought curtains and I'm a renter, I'm renting, and kitchen knobs for all the cabinets in the kitchen because it was a Christmas present for the house herself.
Nice.
That's how I'm doing that. No, I'm gonna sit on number 13 and I'm gonna paint this little bathroom and I'm gonna make this house feel really good about herself. And I'm gonna plant flowers this spring and I'm gonna make this place feel so good that by the time I leave, she'll be shining. So the next people who are supposed to live here, it'll be this fabulous, delicious yumminess for everybody involved. That's how I'm sitting on my number 13. So there you go.
Deb,
Fantastic.
congratulations on your reconciliation.
Yay,
on
Deb!
your open heart.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Thank
gonna
you
go.
both.
You're very welcome. We're gonna go to more Q&A, y'all. We're gonna get to a special offer. Oh, 45 minutes with Cinnamon.
Yeah.
There's a is the strengthening your intuition masterclass? Is that a recording or is that live?
Yes, no, I did an hour masterclass on strengthening your intuition. I'm like, what is intuition and how do you tap into it? And does everybody have it? And how do you make it bigger and better? And what makes it atrophy and go away? What are the things to avoid? What are the things to do? And it was just like this freaking flood. It was weird, actually. I made 3 of those and the intuition was one. And it was just like in my head, I'm like, holy shit, like writing it down in my phone, making lists because I felt really driven to do it. So yeah, it's like an hour or more, and maybe
It's 100,
more.
109 minutes exactly.
Okay. So yeah, so over an hour. And I don't know, it felt really, really, really good to do. And it was just this nonstop of
Amazing.
coming out. So because I feel like we need that. In
I agree.
2025, it's time for you to take control of your life and your way and be comfy on your 13.
But the veil's getting thinner, so
It's easier.
to get amplified with this also, and to really flex that muscle in ways that we're capable of doing now because of all of the things that are evolving, not just within us, but again, the veil is getting thinner with
Yeah.
consciousness.
It's easier.
It's a
Well,
lot
it's
of-
easier to have your intuition.
Right.
And you know, I never know why I do half the shit I do. And then looking back, I go, oh, that makes sense. Because the universe just goes, do this. I go, okay, blah, and I just do it. And I think that's what that intuition video was for, right? So everybody
Right.
this year could really open it up. And so you get that. And then the thing with me, which, again, we never know
45
what's going to
minutes. I
happen.
said 30 minutes is 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Oh, crawfish.
I underestimated and over delivered. That's good.
Woohoo!
So,
I think
question for you.
me, yes.
In the intuition course, do you joke a lot and curse and like go off the rails and do
I
stuff like
kind of
that?
do.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. I was
kinda
hoping
do.
that you did.
I don't know if there's any stopping that, you know, and I thought, I'm sorry. I know you have to pee. I realize you have to pee. I'm asking my son. I just texted my son. Can you please take him out? You really have to tinkle bad? Okay, hold on just a second. Poor little crawfish. You know, y'all, he's a rickety little old man. So, oh, and his hearing is a lot. He's right there, baby. Oh, he can't see very well and he can't hear very well. So go outside and go tinkle like a big boy. Good boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
So y'all, again, you get your 45-minute reading
Yes.
and you can go anywhere with that. You've tuned into some people specifically for me, and your awareness about what was coming through them and why and outcomes was so spot on. It was phenomenal.
And see, I never remember what I say.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's what you need in the moment. You know, this is why I never prepare for any kind of live event because I never know. And I don't know any of the stuff beforehand of what is going to be said because I don't know who's going to be there. And it's not about me. I feel like preparing in advance would be sort of arrogant of me, like, well, and I'm going to teach you a thing or two. Like, no, oh my God, because we're all sharing with each other, you know, holy crap. Like, I'm just trying to get by day like everybody else. Anyway, so the 45 minutes, I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll meditate where maybe we're not. Like, I don't know.
You've done energetic transmissions with me and where we amplified things that like new awarenesses came in, which were amazing. We went into clearing things from the body. You read specific situations and opportunities. It's like y'all prepare and just trust that it'll be exactly
what you need in the moment, which neither one of us really know. But, you know, come with questions because that's always wonderful because, you know, sometimes the guides will just go off on a tangent and say, you know, throw away the cheese in your cheese drawer. It's like, you don't need to pay for that. Like, y'all know, you know, like buy new sheets. Like, no, like calm down, spirit guides. We need something a little more streamlined. So, you know, so questions are always helpful.
Do you ever have it when someone comes in on a Zoom call or on a phone call and their guides are like, we've been waiting for you to show up?
Yes. Oh my God, so many people. And so because some guides I'll talk really slowly and it's really relaxed. And some they're like because they want to shove every freaking thing that they've wanted to say for the last 37 years in like one 30-minute session. I'm like, holy crap, my little brain pan's gonna explode. So yes. And then some guides go, where the fuck have you been? Like, hello, we have been trying to, you know, you were stubborn as a mule. We had to whack you upside the head with a cast iron skillet and send you Cinnamon because you don't listen. And Cinnamon don't pull punches. She'll tell you what's up, you know? So yes, for sure. And a lot of the time too, the guides are just relieved, you know, like, oh, thank goodness that we get to do this now in a way that's easier.
Nice.
Instead of sending you a song lyric or, you know, something like that. So at any rate, yes, I need to like, we have questions. I need to shut my mouth and let's do this.
No, are you kidding? This is amazing. But y'all, 45-minute reading with Cinnamon. Your calendar is fairly open. I know you blocked off for us here on BT with the special. The Strengthening Your Intuition Masterclass, 109-minute pre-recorded masterclass, purely Cinnamon. Amazing.
Yay!
And all that's for $147. It's a 2-payment option. And I hope you all take advantage of it. Again, it's part of the gift that we wanted to bring y'all for Predictions Week 2025 as we kick off a new season of BTO.
And here's hoping in that session we can pull out a bunch of gunk that you don't need anymore too. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like it's like a residual, like a holdover stuff, like a sludge that we could just like get it off, man, so we can hit the ground running. Well, again, I don't want y'all to think you have to hustle. And don't hustle, get in alignment, but so you can do what you want to do and not feel that stuckness. You know, is that a word? Stuckness? I don't know.
Like we're threading through the mud, right?
Limbo. Yeah, like, oh God, limbo. Ugh, we all hate the limbo.
There's so many people that are writing about their experience of sessions with you. If y'all want to read that on the chat box, it's like
about the what?
About their sessions with you.
Oh, yay! Oh, I can't read all that mess. I'll get all confused.
We'll take screenshots for you. We'll send them to you after.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
And y'all, let's continue with some live callers because I want to take advantage of our time here. Jen, let's go with you. Welcome to the call.
Hi there.
Hi, Jen.
Hi. This has been so great, so fun. I'm wondering if you have any insight into a romantic relationship for 2025.
Yes, and I hear be wild and free because that's who you really are. Be
Nice.
wild and free, and because I hear it, don't hold back, don't hold back. And it's not, and it's a new person. You've not met this person before.
Okay.
So it's not the person that you think that you already know. I think it's a new person. Because were you going to ask, is it somebody I've already known?
No, but I have been thinking about past
Okay,
relationships.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's somebody new because you're brand new. And I feel like, can you wait a little bit too? Because in 6 months, you're going to be brand new again, right? So well, and it's like, if you're doing what you love, again, your light shines out and then you attract a person who resonates with that, right? So can you give it a minute and really explore yourself over this next 6 months so y'all will really resonate together because this is a person who will grow with you. So, and that's a big deal, isn't it?
Mhm.
Because we can have what, three different type of relationships: somebody who is not spiritually aware, somebody is where you are, and someone who's much more spiritually advanced. This feels like a person who's there with you and y'all, because I see you hand in hand walking life together instead of, it's not going to be upheaval. And they say, please understand that when it gets boring, no, that's what you asked for. Because you wanted like stable. But how beautiful is that, right? Because then you get excitement. Let's go on a vacation. That's a doable thing, right? And not excitement in a let's work through all of our childhood trauma together. Oh my God. Like, hello. Can we do that separate, meet up in the middle later? Like, oh my God. So it's going to be that mellow, safe and mellow. Ooh,
Amazing.
I want a reading now.
Thank
That's
you.
exciting. And so just
Oh.
be open because it's not somebody you would have ever picked. So it's going to look different than you thought.
Wow.
Amazing.
Great.
Thank you.
Yay.
I can feel the truth of that also. It's
Yeah.
like, so
Feels
congratulations.
good. Safety.
Yeah.
You deserve
Mm.
safety. It's time.
Thank
That's enough of the instability and the meanness and no more of that mess. Because we were
Well,
just
and
talking about boundaries and standards, before we came on here
and
to
in the
talk about
safety, you can be wild and free.
Yes. And do silly, crazy stuff. And
Right.
go on your vacation to go skinny dipping at midnight and drink margaritas and be silly, with a person who's safe because they're your friend.
Mm.
I mean, that's the bottom line, isn't it? With any kind of relationship, they need to be your friend and they need to be your soft place to be. And they need to be a person who would never judge you and a person who would be there. Well, here, let me tap into that. So if you're wanting to bring somebody in, write that down every day. I'm so glad I found this person. And I'm just gonna just go off on a tangent here. I'm gonna say he, because well, I won't ask that, but I feel it could be a man for you. But if you could write down, I'm so grateful that we found each other. Whew, our love is so easy. And I love that there's mutual respect. I love that there's like an ebb and flow. I love how we learn together. I love how there is safety and security. I love how I can go out in the world and learn and come back and there's no insecurity under the surface of us. I love that there's kindness above all else. I love that there is a gentleness there. I love that we turn the music on when we cook together and sing and dance and be silly. I love that we can be angry and it's safe to be angry with one another. I love that safety is to such a degree that I can really be open and vulnerable and I won't ever get burned. I love that we are safe together. I love that our hearts are safe together. Ooh, I love that he calls me out. I love that I can call him out and it's still safe. Ooh, that feels really correct.
Mm.
Man, wow. Just can you write that down every day? Stream of consciousness, it can be different every day. Just and again, like we did before it's like it's just an inevitability. It's not a big deal. It's not Christmas morning. There's no craziness about it. There's no pressure there. It's like the different, this is how you allow in things, is that you're breezy about it. It's not like ghost hunters and dun dun dun. Like, you don't need all that shit. Hang out with me 30 minutes. I'll pick you all kind of dead folks to chat with. It ain't rocket surgery. It's not a big deal. This is just the way life is. So you're just bringing this person in, and it's breezy and easy, and it's sweet and kind and mutually respectful. And if a person comes in who is not that, your standards are such that you go, no, thank you.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Ooh, that's exciting. And that was for everybody. That was like for all of us, that poof. And that was not only another person, that was the business partner, that was a house to live in, that was friends, that was all of those lovely things that we're bringing in. Oh, thanks, Jen, for letting me do that.
Yeah, amazing. Jen, can I give you a suggestion for those affirmations and for
Ooh,
all of us?
yeah.
Go
Look,
through
I'm answering for her. How rude of me. Like, yeah, Jen, shut up. Anyway,
Right,
go,
let's
John.
go. Let's just go. Come back and listen to the replay, seriously, and write down those affirmations.
Oh, yeah.
And as you get into it and as you feel it, allow the emotions to start. Feel it already here. And when you finish with the first round of them, go into a mirror with those affirmations and then repeat them. But understand that now it's you saying these affirmations to yourself, not to your beloved.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that makes so much sense.
And what you're doing is you're magnetizing your bill and you're becoming what it is that you wish to attract.
And then it's inevitable.
There's no mistake in the congruency, the magnetism that pulls together rather than pulls apart. It's a powerful exercise.
Oh, that makes sense. The mirror freaks me out, y'all. Am
Well-
I the only one? I like to stare at myself. I love you. Like, oh God, that feels weird. That feels so weird. I'm
That's what you
this
and I
is
just, I
freaking
love
me
looking
out.
in the mirror. Yeah, just
I'm like, I love you.
Or is it
Ooh,
narcissism?
I love you. Oh,
Jen, thank you
God.
so much. Blessings to
Thank
you.
you, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know your name. I have your telephone number up, but it starts in area code 982. Are you there? You just looked in the camera.
Wait.
Area code 982.
Oh, I don't know where they are.
If she'll
Oh,
unmute
there you are. Hey, can you unmute yourself? Oh.
your telephone number up there. I thought I'd take a shot. Yep, that's you. You just put your glasses on.
Yep.
You get you to unmute your microphone. Yeah.
Yay, unmute. Hi.
So I'm kind of on the same wavelength as the last person, so I will listen. I am really wanting to meet my best friend and lover, and I'm wondering if he will be coming in this year.
So, okay. So with you, there's something different there. I feel like it's it feels like your heart is still mending. So give it a minute. Does that make sense? Give it a minute, because they were real mean to you.
Really?
Like super above and beyond. And it's
Yeah.
also, I have chills all over. It's also past life after past life after past life of them just straight up strangling you and drowning your ass, like all this horrible crap. So can you give it a minute and okay, let me ask them what specifically you can do to release that, because it's a specific person who'll come in, and and I don't think this person is American. And so it may take a minute for y'all to find one another. And I keep hearing like givers, right? As givers, we need to have really firm boundaries because takers never do, right? Takers
Right.
never. And so when two healed givers come together, paradise. Paradise. So I feel like that is happening, but give it a minute, and I have chills all over again because they're working on their end as well. So
Oh,
it's and how do you find this person who you really groove with is you work on yourself. The more you work on yourself, the closer you come to get right. And so
Yeah.
it's a please, for the love of all that is good in the world, be freaking nice to yourself. And also give everybody around you a bunch of slack.
Oh, okay.
And see people around you and go, okay, well, they cut me off on traffic. Well, all right, cool. They must be having a bad day. Like, get your claws out of every freaking thing so you're free floating. That's the word. Like, free floating. Because if you're free floating, then poof, they're showing me two objects in space. You're free floating, and then you go, oh my God, there you are. Oh, hey, wait, what? Where the hell have you been? Were you stuck in traffic? And then, oh, it's so great to see you. And where did? And so it's just this free floating that gets you to where you need to be. Basically, you don't got to manifest shit. You just got to be nice to yourself and
Yeah.
and be nice to everybody around you. I mean, obviously boundaries, but if people are being a-holes, go, oh well, whatever, it's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like detach,
Well,
and then
I did date this one man, and I'll make this just briefly, but I always feel like all he wants to do is, and I won't sleep with him because I'm looking for something serious. I'm not looking for friends with benefit type
Right.
person. I want somebody.
well, then again, it's like, oh well, okay, no, thank you.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
thank you. Or, I mean, because that's what relationships really are anyway, right? If this person in front of me never changes and they stay exactly who they are forever, is that okay by me?
Right.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe that's all you both want for the moment. Awesome. Maybe it isn't. Maybe that's not what you want. That's okay too. And so being alone is the most delicious and wonderful thing ever because boy, howdy, your standards go through the roof after that. You're like, hey, I kind of like things being left where I left them and nobody eating the good crackers and like, this is kind of nice. But I feel like for you, again, it's like this just release. And yeah, release, be nice to
Yeah.
yourself and let everybody off the hook. Let yourself and everybody off the hook and then see what happens, what floats your way.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, love. Blessings.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Have a
Yay!
wonderful 2025. Thanks for coming on. All
Thank
right,
you.
love's in the air, Cinnamon. Hey, Cinnamon.
Thank you so much.
Kind of curious.
Yeah.
LOL. Anything on the romantic front coming in this year? I love being single, but it feels like something is changing.
Oh wait, who is this? That was in the chat?
It's in the chat. Her name's
Ooh,
Kachi.
okay.
Kachi.
Okay, so love is in the air. That is going to be a new person to where you live. Like a new, and it's like a, what the hell, where did you come from? Like one of those. And they're like wounded and looking for like a heart, not like physically wounded. Oh my God. They're like limping into their, no. They're like, have been wounded. Their heart's been wounded. So they're looking for a soft place to be. Oh, that's actually really lovely because I feel they're tender hearted. So be kind. There's a mutual kindness. So with that, it's how open are you willing to be to let that in? Ooh.
Nice.
So yeah, be nice to yourself. How much are you willing to let in? How much goodness? How much can you allow in? How much goodness can you receive? And how much will you allow yourself to receive, really? Because that's it, isn't it? And when you get like the feeling of tight, like no. Whew, stop and breathe. When you feel the tightness, stop and breathe and see if you can let in a little more goodness. And a little more, and a little more. And then it starts to flow and flow and flow. Because I feel that they're showing me arteries have calloused on the inside. And you can start letting that break free and flow smoothly. There you go.
All right,
Interesting.
all right. Okay, let's continue.
All
Y'all,
right.
we're gonna get a lot more, so y'all be patient with me. We're gonna get to it. Alexis, let's go to, I'm sorry, not Alexis, Alex. Alex's iPhone is what it says.
Where
Hey,
are
Alex.
you?
Is that me? Hi, Cinnamon and John
Oh,
and
hey,
everyone.
there
Another person from the other side of the world.
Yay!
So I'm just in a place of limbo at the moment, like with work and with relationships and with kids leaving home. Just wondering what my next step would be to have a life beyond my wildest dreams.
Ooh, I feel like you don't have all the facts yet. Can you give it a minute? I feel like within 9 months, oh my God, it's gonna get so freaking good. I have chills all over, like waves and waves of chills. But can you, in between now and then, start? And they say they show a vision board, like you're doing it just because it's fun to do. It's not like, well, I have to have it. You don't gotta have any of that mess. It's just fun to do because creativity is where you need to be. Wherever creativity is occurring, that's where you need to be, because that's what gets it all flowing and going, and that's what lets you know what you love, because it's really changed even since last year to this year. I know that's only been however many days, but like what you want is different, and really who you are is different, and that's going to keep going. So they're saying you're in a fact-finding mission for these next 4 months in earnest, right? Whoever that guy is, God love you, Ernest. But in earnest, you're going to be fact-finding because what you love has now shifted. And so they're saying, can you please practice? Can you please practice? They're showing me Julia Roberts in The Runaway Bride, when she got her own apartment, and she doesn't even know what kind of freaking eggs she likes. So she made every kind of freaking egg ever. Like, here's a fried one, here's a scrambled one, and whatever. And she's going through them all, and then she finally figures out what she actually loves. So you get to do the fun part right now. Of trying out all this new stuff. And then, oh my God, yeah. Do you live by the water?
Yes.
Okay, because I see like being out on a boat and like fun, like a yacht with champagne and snacks and stuff like that. So and you may want to go just rent that with some friends.
Sure.
Go do it to be in that experience, to see, because there are doorways that open because of that. Wow.
Okay.
I want to go. We have Prosecco and snacks. I need to do that. Oh my God, that sounds fabulous. But in other words, it's going to be clicking away brilliantly. Like, you don't have to worry about it. It's clicking away brilliantly. Behind the scenes, I hear.
Okay, so not a big effort. Just let it evolve naturally.
The only effort is to play. Like,
Okay.
do I like to, I'm going to take voice lessons. I'm going to take this painting class. I'm going to do like whatever to see what feels right. Because again, I feel like your body is different too. Your physical body is different than it was last year. So it needs different things than it did before. So, fact-finding mission. Woohoo!
Fun. Thank you so much.
I'll meet you on the yacht.
appreciate it.
All right,
Meet you on the yacht.
Fun.
Thank
See
you.
you then. Thank you.
Cinnamon,
Bye.
you said don't effort, but sometimes not efforting takes a lot of freaking effort.
Yeah, I know. Well, because I always want to push myself, and do, because I because I'm a spaz. I mean, hello, have y'all met me? I'm ADHD, right? So I just, like, if I sit still, it's a bit maddening. I'm getting better at it though. And I'm learning how to be nice to myself and learning how to slow down, and I'm learning. Because if you don't ever have that downtime, you don't have time to create. That's what downtime is. It's for integration and creation. And, I just want to, I'm like a little Jack Russell Terrier. I just want to get it all the time. And I need to realize that it's cyclical. Like, you're supposed to rest sometimes. Holy hell, Cinnamon, just calm down. But that's a little hard for me. I'm getting better.
And we're attuning to the new vibrational frequencies that we're adjusting to also. So that downtime, as much as we've been so conditioned to just go,
Yeah.
it's so integral. Again, we have to go through our winter season for the
Yes,
blossom.
of being still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and mine, I think, was trauma drive. I have complex PTSD, y'all. So, because my entire life has been nothing but trauma, and the depths of my trauma equals the heights of my joy. So learning how to not be in trauma drive and push myself has been massive learning curve for me. But so, I mean, I really wouldn't have changed anything, which sounds crazy, but I really wouldn't, because now I am where I am now, and it makes everything so much sweeter, doesn't it? Like, if you've been through the ringer, then you when you get the little tiny things like, oh, I bought a cantaloupe today, like you're excited about it, you know. So I can't imagine life not having that. Well, what does Esther Hicks say? The contrast, right? The contrast is important.
Yeah. All right, let's continue
Okay.
here. Y'all, the link for the special offer, by the way, is in the chat box. 45 minutes with Cinnamon, the
Yay!
masterclass, 109 minutes.
And it's fun too, y'all, because we laugh and
Click on the special offer link or open it up and book yourself for a session. It would be amazing. I know it will.
so we can giggle
Absolutely.
for 45 minutes. We'll laugh, we'll cry. I don't know. We'll sing opera. I have no idea what's going to happen.
You'll probably do both. You'll probably laugh.
Yes, right? I don't know. And that's one of the things, like people go, oh my God, are you going to make me cry? I've never had a reading. I'm like, I don't know. What the hell do I know? I mean, maybe. Like if your dead dog comes in and then I'll cry, you'll cry, we'll all freaking cry. I don't know. Like, but I'm not going to make you cry on purpose. It's not going to poke you with pointy sticks. Holy crap. But I mean, we may both cry together. Anyway, yes. I'm sorry, I keep getting off on tangents here.
I love your tangents. Dorothy wrote in, and blessings, Dorothy. My heart goes to. My beloved ex passed a month ago, and and struggling to move into a new stage of my life without him. Are you able to advise on how to move forward?
You know what? Sit in it. Sit in it a minute, will you? And there's that integrity again. This is shitty. When you lose somebody you love, it feels awful. And you can be the most spiritual person in the world, but your physical body still has to go through the motions, right? Of feeling that. And you know what I really love? I was watching an interview with Deepak Chopra, and he was asked, well, where do you go? When you drop the body, where do you go? When you die, what happens? And he said, you see, we're sitting in this room with 4 walls and a ceiling. And if a wrecking ball came and destroyed the whole 4 walls and the ceiling, where would the room go? Well, the room wouldn't go anywhere, would it? It's still right there. It's just our innocent sort of arrogance, isn't it? That if we can't touch it or see it, then it doesn't exist. But that could not be further from the truth. You know, I have been present for so many animals passing away because this is part of my job as a veterinary technician, and I've been working animals for 30 years, and almost every single one of them, they go, and I feel them doing like the zoomies, the butt tuck run, because they're like, thank God I'm out of there, right? Because they don't have the same trappings we do. And almost all people, it's the same thing. When they pass, they go, oh, well, shit. Now that makes sense. I know why she did that and I did this. And there's this peace and this understanding and this like a serenity within you when you have all the answers to everything, right? But knowing all of that, knowing that they're at peace, you're still having to deal with being in the shitty part.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like, can you not bypass that and be thinking like, how do I can we just sit a minute in it? And you know, grief sort of catches you off guard, doesn't it? You're washing dishes and you just, you know, your breath catches in your throat and so you just have to ride it out. You know, like I'm feeling her feelings right now. I'm like tearing up. But I know that there are good times coming for you. I know it clear as a bell. I can see it in my mind's eye. I see you laughing like a big old belly laugh. I see you laughing and that's making me giggle. I see you laughing with people, and I see you being really loved. I see your life opening up like a flower. And having a wonderful experience. So your life is not over, but can you just sit in the limbo a minute? That's what I feel. So there you go.
All right.
And I don't tell y'all what you want to hear, you know, what your ego wants to hear. I tell you what your soul's supposed to hear. So know that going in. If you get a session with me. And you know what, I'm going to say what everybody says, and I'm sorry for your loss. And I know that sounds flippant, but I feel like that needs to be said too, you know? To honor because that's a lot of emotions when you lose somebody. When you lose a pet, when you lose a human, it's a lot. So I feel like sit in it, whew, and then let it settle. Because they're showing me a mason jar. Of course, I'd say things in a mason jar, and I wouldn't. I from Mississippi, Mississippi girl. I say everything's a mason jar. Say a mason jar full of pond water that's all muddy and things are swirling around. And can you just sit there, set that mason jar on the picnic table, and just let it settle? Whew, because you can't see where you're going, because it's all swirling around and there's mud everywhere. Whew. Can we just take a deep breath and let it settle a minute, and then you'll get your clarity later.
Beautiful. I can feel the peacefulness that that's bringing in.
Mm.
Just sitting and just letting it
Settle, because it will organically, with or without you. You know, a lot of times it's without us, isn't it? Because we're like shoving a cat in a bathtub. We're kicking and scratching and squawking and squealing, and the universe is going, "Would you freaking calm down?" And we're like, "No, no." But if we can just like sit there a minute, whew, get your feathers straight, then things will blossom right before your very eyes. So there you are.
All right. Thank you, Cinnamon, for that. All right, let's move on. Nikki, welcome to the call.
Wait, where are you? Lord, I
He's up
can't
there.
see a thing. I can,
Oh,
now I can see. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's a Christmas miracle.
unmute your button.
Wait, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Thank you so much for having me. And I finally got to make one of the calls because I'm mountain time, and that's like right when I'm making dinner.
Oh, well. And mountain time, that's just weird. Y'all are strange in mountain time. Nobody ever knows what time y'all are.
I
It just
know. Terrible. I wish the time didn't change, but so I set the intention last year that I would be doing something different, more in the spiritual realm. And it seems to be happening, but I'm wondering if there is anything that comes in for you, for me.
So are you working at another place where it's already established?
I've been in real estate for the last 15 years.
No, I mean doing your spiritual thing.
Oh, not
Because it
working.
feels like you do, it's at a building that's already there. Either they do massage or something like that, and then you go in and do something there. Because you do energy healing, yes?
Not.
You sure?
Well,
Let me
do,
rephrase.
yes.
You do energy healing. Boom, boom. There's a
Okay.
mic drop for you. I feel like you're naturally gifted at that, and I feel like you can see what's going on. You're like almost medical intuitive. You can see what's going on internally. You already know this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
kind
good.
of, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because it's just well, and I feel like it's this, and this is true for a lot of us, and so I feel like it's a hey. When are you going to realize that you're the teacher, not the student, right? Like, knock it off. Like, get in there and do your thing. Because, and look, I started doing readings, decades ago, and obviously I'm better at it now than I was then, but even then there were people who resonated with where I was, right? And my learning curve. And so you will attract people who need what you're doing in this moment. So it's an energy healing thing that you do. It's Reiki, but not, because you put your own spin on it, like you do your own thing. And so do you practice with friends and people you know already?
I do. Yeah,
Perfect.
actually I do. Yeah.
Because I feel like you just go in there and you go, hey, here's what I do, and nobody misses a beat. They go, okay, cool. Would you come in and you got at 3:00? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, no, everybody knows but you. Like, this is what you do. Everybody knows but you. Like, knock it off. What the hell are you doing? Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, it's so obvious, and nobody's going to freaking question it at all. And they go, oh my God, that was so amazing. Here, like, here's this new woman. You got to go see her. Like, it's a thing. I feel like it's already done.
Okay.
It's already done. Just get in there and do it.
Then I
And
shall.
don't charge a lot. If you're worried about it, who cares? Or do some sessions for free for a couple, 3 people, just so you feel like, so you get some feedback, so you can, feel a little better about things, and then, because then after that, it's go, go, go. It feels really good. And you can do both at the same time. You don't have to like go screw you real estate. You can do both as you ease into the other.
I kind
You
of
know?
did say screw you, real estate. I
Oh,
really
ooh,
did.
look
I
at
set the
you.
intention like it's going to be done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, and just and I hear in my head, just jump in. The water's fine, like for real. Well, and people have been waiting for you. You're like, where the hell is she? She's late. So
Mm.
just do it, because nobody knows no better. You know that they really don't. I mean, and I felt this way for years because I was well, still am. I haven't lost any of the information, but I'm a canine behaviorist, right? And I have helped thousands of dogs, and my specialty is highly aggressive animals. This is what I'm very good at doing, is removing that and helping the people manage their animals so it doesn't kill anybody, right? And I was so conflicted because I don't have letters after my name, right? And so an applied animal behaviorist who has gone through schooling and whatnot, I'm sure they'd be like, well, what gives you the right, Cinnamon, to do that? And because I'm freaking good at it. And I'm autistic, right? That's the autism speaking, not arrogance. I'm just freaking good at it. I'm totally shitty at a million other things, right? But that thing I'm really good at doing. But, and I feel like that's this with you. Like, this is just what you're good at doing, this shit. So just get in there and do it. And just go, okay, well, we're just going to see how it is. And don't even, I don't know. I feel like just don't worry about it. And I feel you're being authentic and saying the truth and going, yeah, I'm really nervous, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, can I give you a free session for your feedback? Hey, would that work? Or, hey, I'm wanting to do this professionally. Hey, can I give you a free session, and maybe then rent this room for clients? I don't know. Just like be authentic and put yourself out there, and you're going to be surprised.
Mm.
You're going to be surprised.
I think
That
there's
feels
an
right.
I think there's an energy of receiving and the giving as well. Again,
There it is. The R word. John, bringing up the R word again. Freaking receive.
It's like we want to serve others. We want to give because we see the gap of what's possible. It's like, let's give it. It's like doing grid work, going out to the land. Let's give, 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 give. And it's wonderful. Realize that whenever we're going and doing grid work and working with land, that the land's actually giving to us as well. The
Yeah.
benefit is coming in. And I would structure just in my energetic field. If you take a listing, you're not just going to list a house for free. There's an exchange. You're not going to show property. You're expecting something, and there's an energy of, if I'm going to show you, there's going to be an exchange. If I'm going to represent you because of what I can tune into for you, then that's there. So creating a standard, not that you have to have an expectation, but you're building an energetic attunement and a magnetism of what you're attracting and how you're amplifying the power that you're bringing through so it can be met at the level in which you can feel that it's supposed to, but it's not quite there yet. What were we going to say, Cinnamon?
I just feel like now is the time where when we give, we also receive. Full
Yes.
stop. That's it. Period. That's it. That's how it works from here on out. We're no longer allowed to get, well, that's okay. Oh, no, don't worry about me. Oh, I'm fine. Fucking knock it off. Now is the time to do your thing.
Yeah.
And when you do your thing, you're supposed to receive. Just deal with it. It may be uncomfortable. Sit in the uncomfortability of that. Like, I'm going to receive, and say it out loud. This is the beauty about my autism is I go, ooh, that feels really yucky, but I'm going to receive it anyway. Cause truth falls out of my mouth, right? That's the beauty of the autism. I go, bleh, here's the truth. And I just say the truth. Like, that feels awkward, but I'm learning how to receive. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so every time you give, you receive, period. That's it.
And sometimes when you are giving and you know that the person that is receiving can give, you can still hold the trust that it will be given through another source also. So it's your contract with source energy, not with individuals in the exchange that's happening. And what we have to do to be careful there is to not get out of balance.
Yeah.
But universe, but it's like, no, it becomes really evident and you just know. And I know that you have the intuition and the awareness to find that sweet spot that works for you.
What I'm hearing in my head is nature abhors a vacuum. This is the behaviorist in me coming forward. You can't simply tell your child, no, don't color on the walls. Doesn't work like that. Instead you can say, hey, instead of coloring there, will you please come color with me? I would love to color with you. So can you do that same for your feelings and emotions and your body? And it's like hey, we can't deplete all our energy over here. I think we've outgrown that. Hey, can we come over here and play? And we're going to give and we're going to receive it. It may feel a bit funky at first, but can we do that, please? And then get your body in tune with that, get your mind in tune with that. And again, when all of us is going in the same direction, your mind and your soul and your physical body, oh man, then you're onto something. So it's just reparenting yourself and going, hey, central nervous system, how are you feeling? So it's okay to receive. This is what we're here to do. Because if we, and I've said this a million times, here is what I really feel to be true. Any machine is a smoke machine if you work it wrong enough. Right? And I feel like that's what your body is. Like if you push it and push it and push it and push it and push it, it's just going to break down on you. That's not fair. So I'll help it out. Go, okay, we're going to do something different. It's going to be fun. We may be a little nervous, but let's play. Let's see what happens. Let's just see. So get in there and do it. And see what happens.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, of course. You're going to be so surprised. It's going to be so freaking easy and fun. You're going to be like, I should have done this shit last year. What was I thinking? And that's okay, though.
Fun is good.
Perfect timing for everything, right? All is in a divine and perfect order, as they say, whoever they are.
Amazing.
Right.
All right, love. Blessings
Thanks to both of you.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Yo, the special offer with Cinnamon, it's in the chat box. Click on the link. If you need to find it on the website, go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. You'll see Cinnamon's beautiful picture up there with the special offer.
And he never did pee, y'all. That's why it's really super windy outside. I'm Southern California. We got the Santa Anas out there, and he got scared. And he can't see, and it's nighttime, so he didn't go pee. So he still is like, please, I've got to go. He's got to pee so bad. I'm sorry, darling. I know. We're gonna get right to it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Anyway, I hope to see y'all. I hope y'all get a session with me so we can play.
And y'all come back and listen to the replay and be in the energy. There's a lot that's coming through as well. And yeah, sign up and go into a deep dive, 45 minutes on the one-on-one, and of course the intuition course that's available as part of the special offer as well is there. Cinnamon, you're awesome. It's been so much fun.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm distracted with crawfish. Oh my word.
What?
And the wind outside is so crazy, y'all. I told John, I'm like, y'all, we may lose power. Like, so if I'm out of here and screen goes black, I'm all right. Y'all know that happened. But we made it. We made it. Dang it. No power outages. And thank you so much for having me. Seriously, I'm so honored and I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I mean, it's really one of my favorite things ever is to sit and talk to everybody and give as many readings as I can. Talk about give and receive. So I'm really grateful. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for coming on. I love you. I love
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing y'all on another call. Bye,
All
everybody.
right.